I do want to say, Dill chilling in the comments. You were right about the bracelet not being a bracelet, and it's something innate
Nah,
to
it's a
the.
bracelet. That's a perfect bracelet.
you,
I
Yeah.
you
don't care what
stand,
nobody say.
you
It's a
standing
bracelet.
10 toes on that one.
Trust
Yeah,
bracelet. Trust
it's a
bracelet.
bracelet. It's a bracelet. I don't care what he say. I don't care what nobody say.
I don't care
It's a
what the
bracelet.
show tells me or anything. It's a bracelet.
It's a bracelet. That is a bracelet.
Oh man,
I can't wait till the episode we see that it actually tells time. Then it's a watch.
it's just an Apple Watch.
Welcome, you wonderful, beautiful nerd, to another Anime Association joint. I am one of your hosts, Shin the Hero, and we are be talking about To Be Hero X episode 8. Before we jump into it, do me a favor. Subscribe and hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. And join with me today, I have, the association members. We have A1, aka Forbes,
You.
and Mr. Kyle Tim times 10.
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
And again, like I said, we will be jumping into To Be Hero episode 8, The Cyan Girl. First off, how'd you guys like this? We're starting into a new arc because that's what this series does. We leave each other on cliffhangers on red and stuff like that, and then we jump into new stuff.
Yeah.
But I have been seeing patterns. I've at least been seeing like a new hero shows up, or they have a cameo in the episode, in their very last episode of the arc. Like it happened with electric guy who named just Iso. It happened with him, and then Cyan's concert was happening at the end of Iso's thing. Right. So we get Cyan's like little, I guess, backstory, her origin story in general. Before we jump into the plot and everything like that, how y'all liking this? How do you like this first episode of Cyan's intro episode, her starting of her arc and everything? Forbes, how you feeling about it?
Man, it took me by surprise, honestly. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, they was gonna go with her though. Like, I know they gave us a preview of her, you know what I'm saying, and one of the Iso's episodes with her concert, but I wasn't expecting to get a full backstory with it. But I actually liked the whole pacing of it and everything. Like, it showed her struggles, what she went through a lot. She definitely did.
Yeah, she did.
And basically breaking down what makes her special, like her powers, basically. Like, so yeah, I like how they played it in that too.
What about you, Tim?
Nah, man, I enjoyed it. I think this episode just kind of solidified it being my favorite series of the season right now. Honestly, man,
this episode made it like that.
I mean, I was already feeling like that, but I think like this episode, I think this episode was done so well cinematically and thematically. Yeah. It was a very well put together episode, and I'm not sure about y'all, but I know how the power system is kind of like up in the air whenever we talk about it, but I feel like this answered it a lot more. It kind of helped me understand a lot of it a little bit better. Started putting the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzle together, and I kind of like just the way that they're doing Cyan's backstory right now.
I will say I do like the fact that we stay in 2D animation, or at least this entire episode. I really do like that. I really like the animation. There's like nothing wrong with the CGI aspect of it when it switches the animation style and everything, but I really like this. It made it pop. It made her pop, if that makes sense.
So apparently they're keeping it 2D until X appears again. That was something I saw, that they're going to keep it strictly 2D until X actually becomes a part of the story.
I like that.
So like we were not gonna get any more of like the switches, because like during the episode we could have got like a switch, like when especially towards the end, like we could have got a switch when she start doing the concert and everything like that.
Yeah,
she did that new song and everything. So like we could have got a switch, but I was surprised that we never did get a switch.
Yeah, I actually saw it
Bro,
this
I didn't
morning
even
or
notice that.
yesterday, I saw that they said that they were going to keep it 2D until whenever X becomes more prominent in the story.
Well, he has been mentioned, which we could go ahead and jump into the plot of the story. So, quick rundown: a reporter guy finds the little girl from this crash. It's like there's been a lot of crashes here recently, and then they was talking about like the hero disaster and everything like that. And this wasn't an accident, at least that's what it seems like. But the little girl, she basically was unharmed and everything like that. We find her. He kind of adopts her, maybe sort of, but he sends her to a orphanage, and then from there, Cyan's story, we find out that she is lucky. Her power is luck, basically. That's basically her power. And not only is it she is lucky, she can put that luck upon other people. So she starts to get exploited because of that and kind of get overwhelmed because she's a child and everything like that. And then she meets a boy who I am assuming his power is the opposite of her power is unluck.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming because of his rank is low, it doesn't really affect her power that much, but he's the one who kind of breaks her out of her shell, breaks her out of her cage for most, because the director of the orphanage is, I don't know, I wouldn't call him a villain, but he's not he's not a good guy. Well,
he's
I wouldn't
definitely
call him a good guy.
He's an antagonist.
He just strict, you might well say.
Yeah. So, and then we get that with the cliffhanger at the end where you see his power and like he's like, you ain't finna go nowhere and all that jazz. So it kind of makes sense and everything like that. Like where we can harken back to the power system. I know that's a everyday discussion on our stuff. It did answer some things where people were born with it and everything like that. Like because the kid says it. I had the unpleasure of watching this in Japanese. Did not feel like reading. That made me have to pay attention for real. So I had to pay attention. So I had to watch, and it threw me when she starts her second song. That song, because it's in English. And I was like, what?
So I was watching it in dub already. So
I watched it in both of them, but it definitely answered, like you said, the bracelet type of thing, and I think, like you said, they're born with it, but I think the power itself comes from what certain people actually like believe about them. So I'm guessing, like, since she was the only survivor of the wreck, I'm guessing whoever found her kind of imprinted the luck onto her. If that makes sense. And then the kid, he was just like in a unlucky situation where something burned down, so he's unlucky. But I think the unluck is like, it's like one of them powers probably where I feel like it's like an ESOL thing where the unluck kind of is a little bit stronger than the luck, so it kind of balances it out, but doesn't just straight nullify it. Type of ordeal that's going on. But I really enjoyed the way that it was going. My bad, I lost my whole train of thought mid sentence.
No, you good.
No,
like
you good.
I feel like she I don't know when she had got the bracelet though. Did she get the bracelet when she went to the orphanage? Or it was already there?
Apparently, from what the little kid had said, and she said she always had, because the kid said, he was like, well, I hear that depending on your power and everything like that, because he lifts the thing, it depends on your number that's on your wrist. And then when he looked at her number was really big. And I believe it was already big to begin with. That's the reason why she was so lucky in the beginning as a kid and everything like that. And his number, he was like, they call me the calamity. And then you hear the thing about like, oh, he's bad luck basically. So it's almost like Domino meets Black Cat, basically.
Like yin yang, basically.
That's basically what it is. And you see his number, that is clear 10. You see it's 10. So like he at least has 10 people believing in him and everything like that.
I feel like her she got stronger when the mother was basically exploiting her. like because the more and more
Yeah.
people she went around, like it
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
and I
And
feel like now
I
I'm
think that's the
understanding it a
reason.
whole lot
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
yeah. And I think that's the reason why the orphanage dude, he put that mask over her face,
Mm-hmm.
so her rank stuff wouldn't, her views and stuff like that, it wouldn't go up anymore. So he can have, I guess, control her a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's the reason why it's like your hair is too bright and everything. You need to be
Yeah.
in white and everything. That's the reason why she wears that
Have
mask.
her
Because
blend
no
in
one
more.
know. Yeah, no one knows her face, so they can't give her more credit and everything like that.
Now the orphanage director, he's definitely going to be an Uncle Rock type of guy. I 100% see him being somebody a part. I went back and I watched the intro like 2 times, and I'm pretty sure he's in the gambling scene in the intro. So I'm pretty sure he's actually a part of the commission as well. And I feel like he has something to do, like an Uncle Rock type of nefarious idea he's got going on with her that Uncle Rock had with like Esol and stuff.
It seemed like he genuinely wanted to help people, but at the same time, it also seemed like my man was starting a cult. That's what it seemed like.
Yes.
So,
bro, you saw what he
I think
did
that's
though.
exactly what it was, and that's why he like wanted to cut off anybody from knowing what her power was. And then he had like the invisible tentacles. I know Forrest was about to go into talking about his power, so I'll let him go.
No, I was about to say the way he snapped after the concert. You need to get up there and fix this now. I was like, Jesus, bro.
Fix this. Yeah, he's in the Japanese. He's like, you need to fix this farce now.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he said though. I was like, oh man, this dude is pissed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then his power. At first, you see the wind thing blow, and it seemed like the kids were also on the side of everybody too, because that you saw another kid in the orphanage clothes, like it was like, come on, get to the door, and then you see the wind blow by, but like you see these like
arms
tentacle,
with it.
tentacle type things going on.
At first, it just looked like a breeze, but it completely blew my mind because the door closed this way, but the kid went flying that way. So I was like,
yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. So it might have been where he just grabbed it and pushed the kid and grabbed the door closed with his tentacles thing. So I don't know. I overall, this is like your run of the mill episode for these joints. I will go back to about the journalist and his daughter. I believe
I was gonna go to that too.
I believe that is Queen.
Yes, it is.
Because she kept she's talking some stuff, and I'm assuming we're gonna get her story next. But she was talking stuff, and she specifically, at least in the Japanese one, she specifically was talking about if I'm able to become X, I can change stuff. So I don't know if she's gunning for X's spot because X is number 1 right now and everything like that. So like, I might have missed some.
Have you seen the previews? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off right there, but have you seen the preview? Like, not the
for
preview,
the next episodes or the character,
previews.
No, I didn't. I'm not. I didn't watch none of those because I didn't know if those were actually part of for the show, or this was for a game they were promoting or something.
Oh no, I think it's for. I think it's for both actually.
It's definitely. I didn't know about the game, but I think the character previews from the one because I saw hers specifically, and hers was like in a tournament fight against Firm. That was her fight against. She was cold too. She told this man that can't sit down to kneel to her. Like that was some cool.
Yeah, she is.
I know she is number 2. She's ranked number 2. I don't think she's ranked number 2 right now because she's still a teenager and everything. Like she's not a hero yet. But I know Queen is number 2.
Well, because what I was going to say is her power from what I got from the preview thing is like reality manipulation. That's what her power looks like to me. It's like it's almost like the same thing as X's but a different type of thing. So she needs to get stronger than X in order to override X.
And you know what? It seemed like we just solved something right now. So what if X changes stuff to the 3D aspect of everything, and she changes it to 2D?
I don't know if she changes
because she changed like reality. She said, right, just like him. Like he does that though.
Yeah. I haven't seen the thing, so like you gotta go on for Tim. Okay, I don't know her power or anything.
Y'all, I was just going off of what Tim was saying. Like,
well, that was just like the gist that I got from her preview thing was like she has some type of reality manipulation, and in the preview thing they were pretty much how she was saying in this she has to become X. It was pretty much like the same thing, but it was like you can't do anything unless you become X. So I'm guessing her, like whatever X is doing right now, she needs to be stronger to override that, because we know the snaps, all that is all X manipulating the, like when we see like the shift in the battles and stuff like that, that's all X is doing right there. So it has something to do with her having to get stronger than X to use her power, which is also like, I know at the beginning I said something about like them imprinting the power onto him, but then while I was watching it as well, I was like, I think these people are born with these powers and they can only tap into them if they get a certain amount of trust value.
Yeah. That's what I got from the episode. Honestly, the way they explained it.
Yeah. Well, the way the kid has said it, I mean, it comes to it now, like where you're born with it's basically like My Hero. You're born with some quirk, and in order for you to unlock your quirk, you gotta get followers. That's basically you gotta get the clout. Basically. That's the basic.
Gotta have that aura.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, so it's looking like they're born with the number system, the trust value on their wrist, and then their power is already like innate to them.
And going hurrying back on the last episode, I'm assuming you can get more powerful depending on the type of equipment you use. Like old ESO, he was doing Magneto static shock stuff in that thing. So like
moving the shield around and everything.
Yeah. So like I'm assuming the type of equipment you use for your base power and everything like that. But what was something you didn't like about the episode, guys?
Man, it's kind of hard, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was a well put together episode. I just hate the cliffhanger.
No fault. You just hate the cliff.
Yeah, because I want to see what happened next.
You know, the cliffhanger actually this episode wasn't as bad as it could have been. It actually ended at a very like understandable cliffhanger for an episode, in my opinion. Like it didn't end with like nothing like extremely radical where you're like, come on, man. But other than that, I can't think of anything where I was like, I just didn't like this part of it. Like I think it was all put together well. Whatever parts they needed, they kind of explained it very well. What about you, Shin? Was there something on your mind you didn't like about it?
I mean, I mean, I know why they are doing this type of thing, where they did the whole orphanage thing and getting her exploited and everything like that. I get that and everything like that. It's just I've seen this before.
Yeah,
this isn't new for me. But I mean, other than that, that's just a big nitpick, if anything. Other than that particular thing, I did think that the orphanage dude was X, because I know X has like a secret identity.
I thought the same thing.
I did think he was X, but then it turned out not to be X. So
yeah.
But I also wanted a little bit more from Queen and then the journalist dude. I don't like the fact that they with the dude who is throwing those flyers in the beginning of the thing.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And it's like, well, let's talk over here. And we don't get what else my man said. And I'm like,
dang. Well, right. So here's my thing, right? With that, the thing that went through my head with that was he said something about fear, like accept fear. I think that's about to roll into God Eye's power system, because that's a totally different system than trust value. He runs completely off of fear. So I'm wondering if that's going to link or roll back to something to do with that specific power system of the trust value, or it's going to be something a totally different power system going on, because they really made us focus on the fact that he said fear, accept fear. And we know that's what God Eyes was looking for, is to instill fear into distrust of the commission itself.
Yeah, you know what? That could be a whole, like you said, a whole other power scaling. Like, instead of trust, like, but it's still going to be similar to trust, but they're going to trust the fear though. Like, instead of like trusting like people encouraging them type stuff. Like, so they're gonna wanna be like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to entice more fear into the people so they can feed off of it. Like,
the more and more
crazy.
more and more you say this, the more and more I keep thinking of Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought about when they said that.
Oh, like the ring, the different colored rings.
The trust system is like willpower or whatnot. And with the God Eye thing, if his actual thing is fear, then he would be like the Yellow Lanterns and everything like that. So like the more and more I think about, like, the more and more like this does feel just like a Green Lantern type. The whole color spectrum thing, but
Sinestro War coming soon.
I don't know if Sinestro War is coming, but
that'd be epic.
We'll end with what your favorite part of the episode is and what you are looking forward to in episode 9. Forbes, what are you looking forward to? And favorite part?
Look, my favorite part was the concert. I love a good song, bro. She killed it. I ain't gonna cap. She killed it. What I'm looking forward for is to see what this abusive what's the guy's name again? The director.
The
director.
He was not abusive. He never put his hands on the kids.
Well, he's about to. He's about to run some fades.
he's a straight cult leader for sure, though.
Did you see that face, bro?
Did his eyes change color? His eyes had turned purple, didn't they?
He said, "You're not leaving, bro." Like, okay, you know what? You gonna hold me here against my will? Nah, bro. Yeah, I'm ready to see what happens next in that. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Tim, what about you? Favorite part, and what are you looking forward to next episode?
My favorite part was actually when she threw the marble and broke the fire. And like she quote unquote broke her good luck. That scene, that was probably my favorite scene of it all, because I feel like that one part really highlighted that she was really like, she was helping everybody, but she was, like the kid said, you're cursed by good luck type of thing. And like that whole scene was it was conveyed very well, because then you break that and then it goes into the song and everything. Like you see her actually breaking out of this cult, like, because she was being idolized pretty much. They were using her as idolatry and stuff like that. So for that scene right there, I think really encapsulated what we were seeing on stage. Like they actually showed us very well instead of telling us how it was going on. But pretty much, I feel the same. I want to see what's going to happen with the guy, the orphanage guy, and I really want to see not more of Queen. I mean, I do, because she has a lot of interest from what I've seen with the preview, but the guy that was throwing the flyers around, I want to see where that's going to take us, because it has to play into something.
We would hope it does, but we know To Be Hero is throwing stuff like that at you.
Might be 2 arcs down the line.
My favorite, I probably would have to agree with Forbes. I would probably do like when she throws off the the thing, and you see her in her colored hair, and they're just like, is that what she looks like? And she got the rollerblades, and the kids start playing the guitar and everything like that, going into the song. That's probably the best part. I'm hoping in the next episode we get some kind of combo type thing where she is utilizing her good luck in this fight, and he is utilizing his bad luck in this fight and because if she can put good luck on people and things, he should be able to put bad luck on people and things, and they should be able to defeat this cult leader dude, as long as he don't.
Yeah. So here's my question though. We know she does music. Do you think that's what makes her a hero? That her music makes people feel good? What do you think it is that she does with her power that gives her that label of a hero?
Well, given the whole time jump and everything like that, we know they get out of this for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. They she, or at least she gets out of this for sure, and she has a concert, and she's not bogged down or anything like that. As far as her singing and being a thing, she can use her lucky powers at like any kind of way. Her being a voice and her having a voice is a kind of a trope for heroes, especially like the idol heroes, because like Forbes has said, like you has even said, like they were trying to make her idolized and to lean into that, make her an idol. So like that is a big trope. Like she could be, I don't know how good of a hero is, and I can't really remember where she ranks. I think she is like in the top 5 of the hero chart at that time. But like I don't know what her powers can actually do. I mean, she could be like a magical girl type thing. I don't know. But like it's at least in my comic book brain, knowing about good luck powers and stuff like that, it's a lot of things they can do, interesting things they could do for her, for this power set, for this power that they had set for her to be a hero, for her to get like, so obviously she's gonna be there's an idol type thing because she sings and everything like that, and it's obvious that she is going, that right there pushes her into that hero status. And
so you think like the hero status is just all based on trust value? It doesn't matter if you're fighting villains or not. It's just the higher.
I think the higher your trust value is, that's how you become the hero and whatnot. That's what I think.
So it is just like an overall idol system, pretty much. The hero system would be like, but it just so happens that they fight villains or save the day.
Yeah, I think she is still. I think she is saving the day or helping people, quote unquote, saving people. But her angle is being an idol, and that's how she keeps her trust value is high and everything like that. So like that's what I feel like how even like how Nice was, like his whole thing was being perfect. People saw that, he ran with that, and he because like you gotta remember too, like when Nice was a thing before Chain became Nice and everything like that, Nice had a buddy with him, and he would play the quote unquote villain, and that's how they would get Nice's up there like that. So like being a hero is getting your trust value up and keeping your trust value, I'm assuming, at like a certain link to become a hero. And I guess anybody, like I say, anybody can become a hero, quote unquote, but like the top 10 are the ones that are the echelon, the Justice League of heroes.
And what if she got a luck power like Domino from Marvel?
Yeah, that's why I said like she Domino and Black. It's Domino and Black Cat, basically.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if old boy dies next episode fighting the guy. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up dying.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. Because we didn't see her. We didn't see the dude in the concert, during the concert or anything like that. But at the same time,
could be in the background somewhere.
Yeah, at the same time, the way she was during that concert, I don't know. It seemed like my man ain't he might have long for this. He might have a future, but I don't know. They didn't killed off. They killed off what's his name. So like, there's that. I don't know. Down below, you guys tell us what you think, what you liked about the episode, and all that jazz. And if you like this episode, if you like us, subscribe to us and like the episode. We really need those. We really need the engagement. As always, we will catch y'all in the next one.